Hey, Namaskar everyone. This is Shourabh back again with a brand new video. So in this video, I'm going to add the authentication using Supabase, and we will also learn how to use hooks in SvelteKit. So this video is the continuation of our last video, which was the building of a project called Bhagavad Gita web app using SvelteKit. So let's get started the video right now, and I'm going to open up my Visual Studio Code editor. For now, let's use pnpm run dev to start our development server. It's exposing us a URL to use to see the reflex in real time. I'm opening Google Chrome today because it is being said, and I also personally felt that Google Chrome is much more better in dev tools than other browsers. So here we can see that in this particular section, in the route, everything has been set it and implemented quite easily. If you go to see if it is working or not, so I can see a little bit of problem is here. It's not working, right? So to fix it, cross verifying it, I must need to refresh the entire page. So it's not working. Then I guess how it can be done. Let's open it. It was not like that. Reload duplicate. There should be an option, I guess here or whatever. It's a problem, so we need to fix it. Let's find out it. This problem belong from the chapters layout, so we can definitely go there and try to fix it. Let's go inside the route folder of chapters, where we have not chapter ID, in chapters. Okay, here we have the layout.server.ts, which is responsible to fetch all the chapter list and showing here inside the layout.svelte. So in this particular section, where is it? Here. In this particular section, the error is occurring, so we need to fix it. It is saying that on hover, the black will be filled as a background color, and hover is going to be the text white, which is completely okay, right? So so it is saying that if the item dot chapter number is equal to selected chapter number, then the background color will be black and the text will be white. So busy white, this cannot be directly used here. Instead, we need to make a check clause here, and oops, my bad, busy white. We can use it in this particular quotation in the else block. Okay, so by default, so now let's see what it actually did here. Yeah, the implementation is now good enough. Another thing I just want to see if I recently saw that inside our types, it has generated via AI that we have Sri Shankaracharya. So let's see if we can use him or not. by default. As I guess that he has both the translations of the verse and the commentaries as well, but it's just a prediction. I'm not sure about it. I need to test it out real quick. So let's open up where it should be. It should be inside the chapter ID, and it is the list of verse. Fine. The layout where it is loading all the verses. It is loading all the verses, and in the pages it is telling us the chapter details, which is reflected here, top of the slot, in the top slot. Okay, now we need to replace this Swami Gambhirananda with Sri Shankaracharya if his translations are available. So as expected, I guess not expected, it's my bad prediction that he has no, in this API the author didn't added Sri Shankaracharya's translation here. So okay, Swami Ram Shukdas did a well commentary on it, but okay, so that was it. We are not doing anything else, so let's make it default as it was before, Swami Gambhirananda. Fine. Now what we need to add authentication in our pages. So let's open it up, and first of all I would like to name these components. So let's go inside our components folder under lib directory where we have the default navvar. I must need to add a name here, h1 or h4 Snatan heritage, and class text lg. That's it, I guess. And it should also use a tag so that we can return to our home if we want anytime. And I need to use the same thing in our navbar of authentication. Okay, now you can see that we can move back to our main page. Now let's design our login form. To design it, we need to visit in our need to open our routes folder under the apps, auths, and where we can see that we created a folder or route named login, and in it we have initialized a page.svelte, which is going to be the main page for that corresponding folder or route. So here I want to add a class. This class name will be border yellow 700, padding from every side 5, and height need to be a flex, and flex column, and space y is going to be 5. Let's see. Okay, I can see it, right? Now let's add here the little bit of a style in our heading, text center, text to Excel and padding Y 2. As this project is open sourced, so you can also improve the design system of this project. You are more than welcome for open source contribution. Now we need to add some classes in our inputs. Class border or ring. You can use ring 1. You can use outline none, border none, and focus ring on, ring yellow 700. Yes, and they also both need to use padding 2 of y-axis and padding x of 3 in x-axis. We can definitely use rounded corners for it, and a little design for our buttons as well. Class bz yellow 700, text white, padding from each side it can be 3, and little rounded. So that is our login form, and before adding this we can actually copy the entire section and paste it in our sign up, because first of all we need to implement our sign up thing. It's not like that. Yeah, so let's replace it with sign up now. Sign up now, then enter your password, create your password, and use sign up. Oops, it's a little bit hard to use my laptop's keyboard. Fine. So we can see the sign up is literally using the same thing. So we need to actually it's nothing, just a caching problem. So Chrome is actually using more caches than it, and I guess it's the same thing. What just happened here? Let's see if we are making any mistakes or not. In our auth folder, they are quite okay, fine, and sign up is also fine here. I don't see any problem. This is actually opening the essence of Bhagavad Gita, right? It should not. So let's rerun it to see. Yes, it was a caching problem actually. Now it's okay. Fine. So let's close all of it. We need to make a server dot base.server.ts inside this sign up folder, and here we can use git actions, where this actions is going to come from this build says. Fine, this build will have a object called sign up method, and it will be asynchronous. This object will contain asynchronous function, and which has a, what you can say, request, and this request contains some form data. So body is going to be awaited with request dot form data. It's a function, obviously. Fine, so now let's console.log. Before that, return a true, and let's see console.log body, what we are getting actually here. How to connect it, connect that function here? It's simple. You just need to come into the actions, as they are in the same folder. We just need to use type a question mark and slash, then the function name, which is inside this sign up method. Sign up method, literally the function name. So now let's add something, try to add something, and we should see the values here as expected. But you can see that it's reloading, which we are not expecting, right? To fix it, use here, type here use enhance. This enhance will come from app.forms. Now if you try to submit here, it won't reload the page. Fine, that's good. Now let's fetch this data from data. So I'm gonna go for, first of all, we need to fetch actually this structure, deserialize the email from that body dot get. The key name was email from the front end, and this need to be the password, and I need to call it, actually extract it from the body and save it in a new variable called password, and same for the email too. Now we got this. Now the part is a little bit crucial, and you need to be very attentive, and you need to focus a lot, because we are going to add the authentication system in our application, and we are also going to learn the hooks. So first of all, let's go for supabase.com, where I guess if you are already following this series, I know you already know that how to create a basic account. If you are using Facebook or Instagram, it's simple for you to create an account for Supabase too. After creating an account, visit your dashboard. I have no project set it up here. Just I want to set up a new project. It's free, don't worry. So I'm gonna name this project as Sanatan Heritage, and use a strong password, and the country, it should be there. So exceeding use limits, why? Fine, I don't care. So let's go to the home section. I guess it's still creating our project. So by the way, in the meanwhile, I can show you that how you can learn more about form actions in SvelteKit. If you go inside the documentation of SvelteKit, where just search for actions, you can see that form actions, we have default action. In default action, you don't need to specify any actions here. It will by default use the form. As you can see that the page.server.ts contains a action named default. If you are using default, you cannot specify more than on objects or form actions. And as you can see that the page.svelte is inside the route full login route folder, and the page.server.ts is also inside the same structured folder or directory. Then it don't require to use any action here. It will by default call that default function, which will be the same for us. So if you are confused here, let me show you that. Default, and if you remove this action part, it's going to use show the same thing and work as was working before. Let's just to verify, let's go for email and password to see them and add something. Oh, it need to be an email address. If you click it, oh, no action with name sign up method. Why we have removed it? Okay, the sign up method, it's using the cache. Okay, so let's go as@database.com, copy it, and let's run it. You can see it's using the same thing. Fine. But if you are using default here, then you cannot specify or use any other actions here. That's why I don't use it. I simply use custom names, sign up method, and here let me use it as I was doing it previously. I hope in the it's actually a status is connected, and we can use connect. We can click connect to see the documentation for connecting with our application. We are using app frameworks, and it's not Next.js. In future I may come with another project with Next.js, but we need SvelteKit. Let's copy it and paste it inside our local env, and they are pretty much it. Don't worry, I will delete this project after this tutorial. I highly recommend you to use your own generated one, not mine. And now open up this SvelteKit guide. Fine, so we need to install go for the authentication section, where you can see that server side rendering option is here. How to, it's a flow how to do it in server side rendering, as we are focusing our application in server side. So click on SvelteKit guide. We need to install these two packages. This one is the Supabase client, and this is for the SSR support package for SvelteKit. Let's install these two packages. It was really simple. npm run dev, and let's follow it. Here you can see a lot is happening here. Fine, it is the entire documentation which you can follow. Now let's create a hook in our project. If you want to learn what is hook more, come here and see the hooks. In this case we are using server hooks. It need to be created under the source folder, and the naming should be hooks.server.js. In our case it is TS. It need to be a kit handle function. Port const handle, and it has a type of handle. You can use sequence to use multiple handlers, and here we can use const Supabase handle. This is also a type of handle. It's going to be a synchronous handle and a function, nothing else. Copy it and paste it in the sequence. So it's going to run this sequence firstly. So you can also export it if you want, and this fader function contains event and a resolve, which you need to return from here. Return resolve the event. The event contains all the things which you need to modify here. So let's define Supabase client, which will be used like it can come from Supabase. Oh, it's not working, so let us handle it manually. Yeah, Supabase SSR. We need to import this particular function or import statements. We need a Supabase URL, Supabase Allen key. We need to set up our cookies. We still use get all and get this thing. Let's copy this. I need to copy it. This is the beauty of documentation, okay? Fine. Now it's okay. Let's remove the unwanted comments. They're the default things. Yes. Now, well, they are actually they will work behind the scenes. Fine, they will get all the cookie and use it further in operations, and on sign up and login they will run this function to set up the sessions in our browser. Now I guess does it need to be awaited? No. Now we need to save it inside our locals, event.locals.supabase client need to be set here, but why it's not why it's showing us errors? First of all, let's add a Supabase client type here. From where it's coming? It's coming directly from supabase.js, and the same thing need to be imported in our app.d.ts, where inside our locals it is this type is the interface type is commented. We need to uncomment it, and let me import first the type here. Then let's create Supabase client. The type is Supabase client. If you need to add further, we can always refer here and come to change it anytime. That's okay. Now it is set inside our events, and now we can see that event is also passed with the result, so we can get this in our any SSR files. So how we can do it? Let's use this here. First of all, let's come into the dashboard and authentication. In providers, I am using email provider with passwords. We don't need to confirm the email. If you want, you can further explore it by yourself. I'm not interested enough for now, as of now, but you can surely go for it. Let's come here and use I need to navigate in this file under the sign up, where we was getting the user's email and password to sign it up. Let's remove it, and I have told you that we can use the Supabase server client now inside our server files also. Let's import the locals here, and const Supabase client is, you can destructure it from here. Supabase client, it's just a type definition, nothing else, to give us more intelligence hints. Now let's create Supabase client and .auth sign up, and it will take a object with email and password. If you want, you can also provide phone number, but I don't want to provide it. So they're actually type of form data entry, but it expects a string. So let's fix it by adding a type here, a string, and as they are not a string type, we can forcefully convert them to believe it that it is string. Now it's okay. If you wanna pass further details to your backend or Supabase to use this data, you can obviously use options, which is going to use another object, and it also takes a data where you can use first name or something like that, or generate a username as well, username, which can be a combination of email plus password. Just a thing. You can obviously take this from front end as well, just like we are getting email and password. Now let's see what you can find here. It should be awaited, and it will return two values. One is data and one is error. So let's console.log data so that we can find what kind of data. So login data, and if any error happen by chance login, so we'd also like to see the errors. They are missing a comma to separate both entries. Now let's sign it up. Here you can see we don't have any authentication details here inside our dashboard authentication. Now let's go and create our first user with the username and the password, and here you can see it has returned us a login error. Oh, why it's returned error? Because we forgot to use error here in this place, which is this. However, these are the informations are sent back to us in response of successful sign up. Now if we visit our Supabase dashboard and authentication section, where if we reload it, we can see it's containing that particular email. Okay, and in response you can also see it has a metadata, user metadata, which has username that we had specified here. Okay, you can definitely use it. Now you need to see in our code, you need to call back that moment we were talking about set all. So it's behind the scene, under the hood, as we are using this client, same client, and that file by embedding it inside our locals and accessing the local from inside this client here, and destructuring the same file here, that Supabase client. So it's under the hood calling this function inside the cookies to set its returned session and cookies. If you want to verify it, open up your inspect element and go under the storage, where you can see in the cookies you have two tokens and session as well. Amazing, now now we need to set a login too. Let's come here and implement the login functionality as well inside the login route. server.ts, we need to copy the same code and paste inside the server.ts under, which is inside the login route. Okay, so now instead of using sign up, we need to specify login auth. How we can log in? Sign in with password, email and password. Anything else? Yeah, we can also use phone as well, but we don't need it. So this need to be called as login method, and here in the forms we need to implement the $/login method. That's it. It was not login, it should be a sign up data, sign up data. Now if you navigate to the login page and use s.s.com, as we have used the same password, we are gonna use the same thing and copy paste it inside our password field as well. Let's remove the all cookies and sessions, and now if you click this login now, here you can see that it's logged in and set a new cookie here in the cookies, and login error is null, so it means it's successfully logged in. And here we have the access tokens. So if we need to redirect it to the chapter space if the login is successful. So if the error is there, then it should not go anywhere. It should return an error. So we can use fail, and fail takes a status code of, let's say, 400. We need to see the documentation for fail. Okay, I guess it need to be an error. Yes, error from SvelteKit, not fail. Fine. Error from SvelteKit. Error, and this error is saying auth error. Why? Oh, I got it. The conflict of name. Okay, you can use sign up here, sign up error. You can use it now here, sign up error, and this error can be used now. 400, and let's give it a body of error message sign up failed. So we need to debug it. Is that coming from, yeah, it's coming from SvelteKit kit, and the error is here. You can copy and paste it for further problems. But why it was not working? It should work now. Not a problem, okay. Fine. So it's returning an error. It's an expected error, but can we use form actions to send errors? Okay, this kind of error is not recurred for now. Let's remove it and return a error message. Sign up failed if anything happens. Otherwise can use nothing, just return and or data is null at that time, return or throw redirect. It should be redirect as it's signed up, so we can redirect it to chapters. Fine. And if any error happens, we can show it here. To get that, need to specify and declare export let form, and here let's show a message. If lock form dot error message, if it is there, then I'd like to show a message called, which is form dot error message class text lg and text red as it's a error. Fine. We can use the same thing here. If error is happening and or data is null, then return error message. Invalid user credentials. It means the username and the password is wrong. Otherwise we don't need to show anything, just throw, if it is successful, throw redirect that user to chapters. Yes. Very simple. Let's set it up. Remove the sessions and cookies too. First of all, I want to type a wrong email and password, so it can we need to use the same thing to show the error inside our password, I mean login field, and it also, to get the form, we need to add the script, which is a TypeScript type, language TypeScript, and declare let export form, and that's it. It's enough. Not now. s.s.com and a wrong password. If you now click here, it's showing invalid user credentials and nothing is setted here. It's just a session, nothing else, but main thing is in cookies, so it's showing us that invalid user credentials. So if we use s.s.com and the password successful, and if we click it now, it should be okay and redirect us to the chapter space. See, that's it, and the token is been set inside the cookies. Fine. Now there was a simple reload here which we don't want. To fix it, you know what we need to use enhance. Fine. Now let's close them all, and we need to show if user is login, we don't need to show login and sign up pages. Okay, to do that we need to check consistently if the user is signed in or not. So let's create another function, auth guard handler. The auth guard handler will be the type of handle too, and it's going to be asynchronous function as well, like other hooks, and we can use these hooks after our first initialize of Supabase hooks. Now let's come here and do a event, import event, destructure event and resolve, and return the same, because here we also need to modify the event and resolve it to the next section. Now let's get user session from where. So structure get Supabase client const Supabase client type, which will come from event.locals.Supabase client. Set it here, and again restructuring from that event too, and using it, making use of it. Now let's go for const session from Supabase, and use Supabase client dot auth dot get session, which have a data and error. Fine, data and error, and I guess it need to be awaited. Now you can see let's name it as session without any types and see what it reflects. Data and error. Fine, it is actually returning a promise. So the session is taking from there, and we need to set it to. So let's go and find our documentation. Well, the session is coming from Supabase session and Supabase user. We can make use of it each time. So it has the session, data and error. I guess it's auth error. So we need to set if the error is there, then let us set event.local.session. This is going to be data.session. Fine. and data session will be null, and event.locals dot user is also going to be null. Now I need to specify them in our app.readers.ts. Let's use user, which will come from user, Supabase user, and the session from Supabase. Fine, but they can be null too, so use null. It's not double thing. Yeah, that's it. If not, or you can use if data is there, then event dot locals dot session is going to be data dot session, and event dot locals dot user going to be data dot session dot user. Fine. Yeah, this user is undefined type, not null, so we need to also specify the type undefined for user type undefined. Now it's okay, so we can access it now. See, let's go in our chapters application where we can get it from this server load locals, and if you just simply use console.log locals.user, then I guess you will be able to see the details. See here, that's interesting. Now we need to hide these two once they are logged in. How we can do it? Simply come here in the layout, in this layout actually, or here, let's add a server, oh my bad, layout dot server dot ts, git actions, not load, git load layout server load, which has the locals fine. Now we can return the locals dot user or the session as well. Session locals dot session, and user is going to be locals dot user. Fine. Now this can be accessible here as well. Export let data, and this data dot log data dot see the session and user can be found here. So let's come here and add a script to see props lang ts export let session. This is a session from Supabase, or it can be null too, and export let user. This is a user from Supabase, and it can be null and undefined too. So now if block, if the session, oops, my bad, session is there, session, let's go for if else. Okay, if else block. So if the session is there and or the user is there, then this links should be displayed. Not only this can be a universal, which is the home, and the about, they can be displayed. And this should only display when they are missing. Fine. So now let's add session and user, feed them. Is that a boolean? Why? It should not be a boolean. So data.session, it's not a data.user. Now you will see that login and sign up are gone. Now we need another thing, which is if you rerun it, it's still the same. Okay, it should not affect anything. But the thing is that we need a way to log out also. So how we can do it? Let's come here in the auth auth, where we need to create, or let's go inside the default navbar, where if user and session is there, which means it's logged in, then you can add a auth/log out. This is logout button. It will only be visible when user is logged in. So let's create a folder inside auth folder named logout, where we need a plus base.server.ts. we need an action, git action, and this action this type will come from SvelteKit, and this should be logout method asynchronous function flat arrow, and it will also contain the locals. Fine. And we can perform await locals dot supabase dot auth dot sign out, and yeah, that's sign out. Is that returning anything? Nothing. It's auth error only it can return, so we don't want to handle it. So if it is there, const this error. If the error is here, it means the logout is not successful, so it should return false, nothing else. We're not gonna handle so much thing. Okay, now let's handle it. If it is done, if error is not there, then it will return from here, and if it is error is not there, it means logout is successful. So we need to throw it and redirect it to our login page. Login page. Use Supabase Auth get is instead of authenticates the data by connecting Supabase Auth server. Okay. Yeah. Events could be ensure. Let's resume quickest service get on the user instead of authenticates. Yeah, we are using that. Why you are showing us that much crappy things? Fine, so let's use it in our default auth, where now it should be a button where we can use a type of submit form is post, and this should be here, and the data this need to be auth slash logout and use enhance. Let's see if it is working or not. Let's open up the inspect element storage, and if you use this unexpected token, fine. It didn't work. Oh, logout method, the name. Okay, are we missing anything? Logout method, copy this, yeah, a spelling mistake. Fine. Again, what is happening? Is there an error? Logout error. I think it should rerun the dev server. Okay. What are the problem? 404 not found. auth, yes, auth logout. Now this thing, I guess now it should work at least. Let's see. Yeah, it's logged out. Now you can see they are both working. Sorry, excuse me. Let's go in the hooks.server where we are using this promise, just get user. Is that okay now, according to you? Let's log in again, inside the database.com, and the same. Yes, not now. Cookies, reload it. Yes, it's there. Logout is here. Fine. If you log out, that's moved, but still here. It should not be. Let us go. It should go to I guess I was just made a mistake. If the error is here, then it should run. Otherwise, it should return to the login page because sign out is done. Yes. Reimagine it, and they are here. On logout, it should redirect us to the login page. Yes. Let's see, cookies are not here. Reload it. Yes, that's fine. And the heritage, it has login and sign up because we are already logged out. But here you can see, if you go to these chapters, we can still go there. Okay, but we need to stop it. How? Just go to our hooks.server. In this guard, we can check by if let const path identifier. Let's see what we can find inside our event dot route dot not route URL, I guess, dot path name. So if entire this chapters will be protected. Okay, so if the path identifier dot contain or includes anything like chapters, then and the user is not here, like event dot locals dot session if it is not here or any of these are not here, event dot locals dot user, if any of these two are not available, they are no longer undefined, and user is trying to access these chapters, and chapters contains other vars and other things, so they all are going to be protected here. Then it should return and redirect to the login page. Let's have a look. Let's go here. If you want to visit chapters, it should return us to the login page. Isn't it cool? So let's go for as@s.com and copy this, paste it here. Now what's happening? Is that okay? What we are doing here? Is that okay? Why it's looking like this? Oh, I got it. Because of this session, because the session is not here. So we need the session actually. Get session. I want the session, man. I'm sorry. Locals dot session is going to be data dot session. Okay. Can get user return sessions? Okay. As they are recommending us, so we should think about it, and let's not use session here. Remove the session, and in the layouts you can also remove the sessions from here. Now if you go here in the chapters, it should, but just think about it. If you go here as you are logged in and going inside auth.login, it's still giving you the access, so you need to handle it too. So if user is already logged in, they should not access the login and sign up page also. So let's handle it. Path identifier dot includes, if they are including .auth.login, login, and event dot locals dot user is available, then it should not go there. It should redirect to a particular location, which is /chapters. Fine. Same for the our sign up. Now if you try to go auth.login, oops, my bad, it's not found. Login, now it's not going to be force you there. Fine, so that was it. Okay, now we need to test few things, how to build it and if they are working or not. Fine, so in logout, there is another thing. If anyone want to visit here auth.logout, it cannot open it. Fine, so yes, we also need to handle it if we can. So if the path identifier or event dot request dot method is equal get method dot to uppercase is get, and event dot local start user is here, then it should return redirect to the chapters. Fine, so now no one should go to the auth/logout with get request. Oh, we didn't run the server. Okay, let's see what we are getting. Copy this, paste it here. It is get, right? Get and we need to also specify that the path identifier dot includes auth/logout, otherwise it will block all of them. Fine, so now if we go to access auth/logout, it should return us to the chapters, but if you click here logout, it will work because it's a post request. Fine, now we will see another problem. If we go for a build, how to build pnpm run build, so it will, oops, my bad, build run build, it will make a production build, and to serve it pnpm run preview, and copy this, paste it here, home, about, login, sign up. Let's sign up on user key@key.com. and it's created. Let's check our authentication dashboard, which is Supabase k@k.com. That's quite okay. And if you go here, see how it's looking like. So nice, right? Great. Okay, fine. That's impressive. And if we go come here and go to the chapters, it's working. As the load is there, but if we go to the auth dot login, it's also returning us. Fine, great. So this server, it's recommended to use a git dot load for making it available here. Page load, fine, it don't work now. Let's go for git load page.server load. Okay, and types same for here, load, it's a page.server load. Why we are doing this? Because sometimes it create problem, because actions are only accessible when someone is clicking or making post request. But what if they use get request? Then the hooks won't work. That's why we are using this. Fine. Okay, now let's go and use npm run build again. That's great. And can use npm run preview to see if everything is working or not. Yes, everything is working. And if you go here and you are already logged in, so logout should not work. Yes, but here this logout should work. And in login, if you enter something wrong, it should still give you the problem. Let's check error message, and let's check without authentication if we can access the chapters or not. No, we cannot. So that was it. Now what we need to learn the error handling and error boundary, expected errors and unexpected errors handling. That's what I need to learn here. But I would also like to show you how you can deploy it. You just need to create a GitHub account. I have already made it, but for you guys, let's show you how you can host it for free at your end. We can delete it surely. Before that, let me remove the git from here. So rm-r.git forcefully I have removed all the git files. remote-v. This is not working anymore. I guess let's stop it and open it again to see if this actually worked or not. Source control, yes, it's not there, so I'm going to use delete it. How to delete this repository? I have read. Let's delete this repository, but I want the same name to use again, so that's why I'm keeping it. Fine, it's deleted. Now how you can push it to the GitHub and host it online? It's simple. Just create a GitHub account. I know you are good enough to create your own GitHub account. I'm giving it's a public, so you can also contribute to this project. Obviously I will try to make a GitHub project, GitHub tutorial for you in future. So to initialize it, let's go to our root project directory, and there I need to specifically type this command: git init git add the all files in the git, then git commit. Let's use the initial heritage, and make sure to use the git ignore and where the sensitive information should not be pushed. Okay, now use git. I need to configure it. Just copy this, paste it here, enter, press enter, and wait for it. Reload the git repository. Here you can see it's reflected here. Now you can go to the Vercel, and it's being reinitializing, so I can actually delete it. How I can delete it? To delete it, the settings, delete, copy the project name. Oops, my bad. Delete my project. Okay, so first of all you need to create another account, or you can also link your Vercel account, GitHub account with this Vercel account. So while creating the account, you need to click sign in with or sign up with GitHub and navigate to your point this account to your GitHub account, then click add project, and here you will see your latest project top of the list. In my case this is Sanatan Heritage. Import it, name it Sanatan Heritage. Okay, I'm good enough. And we need to set the environment variables. See, here we have a lot. We need to set them because they are actually required to run this project. I'll remove all of them, don't worry. You need to create them by your own, so make sure to create it by your own. Okay, fine. It's a free hosting service, serverless hosting. Add deploy. We don't need this anymore, so let's see. It's building. I think this video is also going to be a little bit already getting very lengthy, but believe me, it's totally worth it. Oh, I guess, are there some problem? No. Done. Great. You can add your domain, but I don't have money. So you can use this link and you can search this now on the internet. Fine. About login, sign up. Let's see if we can access chapters or not. No, we cannot. Let's go and log in. The invalid password, invalid username credentials. Great. The actual one. Yes, it's done. Here we go. Can we, as we are already logged in, can we go to the auth login? No. Fine. Let's go to Arjun Vishad Yog. They're loading. Let's go and see the purport and details. Great. Okay. So nice. So let's say if they are server side rendered or not, if you have any doubt. Source. Oops. What is that? No. So they are not right. It's still the essence. But I guess there are some problems. Let's see it again. Okay. Go to the purport. Open up inspect. Source. Still showing us the essence of Bhagavad Gita. I don't think so it's appropriate here. Let's open it up in Chrome with incognito mode and visit login. Okay. Let's check it first. Inspect or not inspect. View page source. Let's see if we can find it. Yes, we can. Let's open it up. Go to the page source. Wrap it. Oh, okay. There's some problem. In the first chapter, chapter 1, right? What we're missing? Let's see. App, chapters, chapter ID. Now in the verse ID. It's okay. It may be a problem. Okay, we may fix it in later some uh, troubleshooting videos, but that was it for today. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and I'm closing this project right here now. And yeah, namaskar, goodbye everyone. If you guys like this video, please make sure to like, share and subscribe, and if you have any questions in your mind, feel free to drop in the comment section. I will definitely try to help you out. So that was it. Thank you. Namaskar.